To talk us through the reconstruction of London in the aftermath of the Great Fire, we're joined by award-winning architect and TV presenter Piers Taylor. Welcome, Piers.
Hi, Lauren.
So, I mean, we can see the structure kind of starting to be laid waste to, really. I mean, it's really going up. What did you make of seeing it in the flesh and seeing the recreation of the skyline?
It was extraordinary because what it did was give you a sense of how dense the city was in 1666 and how closely packed in all of those buildings were.
We've heard a little bit about the materials. I mean, tell me a little bit about the architecture. Essentially, it's medieval, right?
That's right, and mainly made from timber, which is obviously highly combustible, but then covered in tar and pitch and often inside combustible materials. So as soon as there was a spark at the end of a long, hot summer, everything went up. And because they were so close to one another, the fire just carried from one building to another to another.
And there was kind of a certain amount of pressure to modernise, as I understand it. Is that right? People were kind of talking about, we should take these down, we should replace them with brick structures for various reasons.
That's right, partly aesthetic, but also because of the danger of fire. But of course it was expensive to knock down everything and replace it with brick. And until the fire, people couldn't afford to do it. But after the fire, everyone was forced to use brick.
So when the fire happened, after the devastation, there were several plans, weren't there, and several options when it came to, putting forward what we were going to replace this with. And some of them were quite elaborate configurations that people came up with.
They were. Given that London was a dense, ad hoc medieval city, the 5 schemes all proposed quite European models of redevelopment. Big squares, big, long, straight boulevards and grids. But of course, being English, we didn't really go for the grand projet. We wanted just to muddle through as we were, really. So none of those plans, one of which was Christopher Wren's, were implemented.
But we just ended up with his spectacular churches instead, which is pretty good.
We did, that's right, yes.
Thank you so much, Piers.